theater kid whose dream was to star on Broadway. Now, after making his debut in the Tony-nominated play Fat Ham, he's showing us that with perseverance and not taking no as an answer, you too can make your dreams come true. Please welcome Marcel Spears. Marcel, first I have to say, being a new Broadway show, congratulations on your 5 Tony nominations.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to be recognized?
It feels good. It feels good. It literally feels like I'm sitting inside a dream, and like just when you think like, oh, this is good, like I appreciate the blessing, like God did his thing, like it gets better and better and better.
It does.
Like just doing it at the public. Doing it at the public was an honor, and then we got to take the show to Broadway, and like, you know, they don't always take the same cast and everything like that, so I was happy to get that. And then to get recognized and honored by the larger theater community,
yes,
it feels good.
Loving it. I know what you mean about you the blessing that you dreamed about, and you're here, and then it still gets better than what you dreamed about. Now, for those of people who have not seen Fat Ham, can you tell us about it?
Okay, so Fat Ham is a reimagining, or like a remix, if you will, of Hamlet. It is through the lens of blackness, through the lens of queerness. The Hamlet in this story, his name is Juicy. Okay. So we follow Juicy as he navigates just recently losing his father, like Hamlet did, and finding out that his mother has gotten remarried to his dad's brother. So his mama married his daddy brother. And that's the messiest situation that you can find yourself in. And then they celebrate, and like all of this unfolds over like a family cookout, like at a cookout.
So many issues that come out. Now, you were talking about Juicy. You play Juicy, who is gay, and you pose a lot of questions. You look at that audience, you pose a lot of questions to the audience. So when you know, doing the show, what do you hope that people take away from it?
I think like, and not speaking for our writer, James Imes, who is brilliant and Tony-nominated. Tony-nominated, James Imes. Shout out to James.
Brilliantly written.
But I think he really does a beautiful job of giving voice to like a marginalized group in a way that we haven't seen. Like oftentimes when we see black queer characters, they focus on the pain of being black in this country, the grief of being queer in a place where the structures of that country is not set up to support you in that way. And so they talk about the pain and the hurt and the sadness. And all of that is still present in this play. It's still there and it's still real, but each of these characters get an opportunity to live in joy, and joy can be a radical act of love. Joy can be special. Joy can still exist among all of that chaos and craziness.
And I gotta tell you, yes. And I felt the joy. I was joyous sitting in my seat. The one thing that struck me being a mother of a son was the relationship. You have an interesting relationship with your mother, and she's played by Nikki Crawford, who is nominated for Tony. This Nikki Crawford, would you describe your relationship with your mother in the show as complicated?
Sherri, well, yes. Yes, I would say complicated to say the least. This is a woman who is vulnerable. Yeah. Like she doesn't feel safe and she doesn't feel protected. And the way that she has learned to cope with being a black woman, like being like a black woman in sort of a lower middle class area, she's learned to cope by her proximity to power. And in that case, it's like the men that she chooses to be with. And so she's trying her best to navigate her life the best way she can. And then she has this poor little gay son who's trying to like live in a world that doesn't really accept him. And she accepts him and she loves him, but she also, she doesn't feel like she has the agency to like protect him in that way. Yes. So her way of protecting him is trying to like, you know, hide it, smooth things over, like make things okay. And it leads to like a push-pull dynamic where you feel the love and the tension of that love when you love somebody but you're not able to love them correctly is so clear. Nikki plays it so beautifully.
She's so beautiful.
That's why she got that Tony nom.
What so many mothers go through. She played it beautifully. I know when I walked into that Broadway show, we walked in, I said, this is a backyard barbecue. Like, what kind of set is this? Like, this set, I think that it's relatable to different types. Or do you think it was relatable to different types on Broadway? Because I've never seen this kind of set before.
I think so. And like, I feel like the set for me, because I know it so intimately, it has so many Easter eggs in the set.
Yeah.
But like the set it feels like a real authentic barbecue because it's chaotic.
Yeah.
Like they recycling balloons, they got Christmas lights up there, they just throwing stuff. They just throwing stuff together, just putting it in there. And it just feels like these are the things that was at this family's house.
Yes,
and they're celebrating this moment and they just threw it together and they're gonna cook and you're gonna eat and you're gonna be fed and that's the celebration.
Got everything in there. Felt like it was a family barbecue. Now, Marcel, you are from New Orleans.
I am.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce to a great barbecue?
Somebody
A good Southern barbecue, you tell me.
Y'all felt that. I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Because being from New Orleans, like we do things a little bit different, and like oftentimes when we barbecue and when there's a grill present, we also boil crawfish. So it's like those things go hand in hand. But I'm gonna tell you, for me, despite your recipes, despite dry rub, wet rub, I feel like the ingredients to a good barbecue are, one, you need an apparatus to cook the meat on.
Yes.
Does not have to be a grill. As a matter of fact, it's better if it's not actually a barbecue grill. I'm talking water heaters. I'm talking refrigerators. I'm talking like somebody has hodgepodge and rigged up a grill on something.
On a cooler.
Upcycling. That's what they call it now. It's upcycling. They have upcycled something to be a grill. You need that. You need two people at the grill, one who is actually the grill master cooking, and somebody who is speaking for the ancestors, whispering in the secrets of the food, like talking through the process and just sort of agreeing and nodding. And then you gotta have the brother there with the brown sandals.
That's right. And
you gotta have brown sandals. Because if you don't have the sandals, the flavor won't be right. It's not gonna be right. It's not gonna be right. You need that. You need that part of it.
Marcel, you kept us laughing on Broadway, and you keep us laughing. Congratulations on your 6th season of The Neighborhood.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I know these two very, very well, Cedric the Entertainer, Tashina Arnold. How is it working with these two legendary actors?
I can't even describe it. It's a masterclass.
Yes.
First of all, it's a masterclass on like comedic acting, comedic timing, physical comedy. Tashina Arnold's a master.
Yes,
like,
she is.
Up there with the greats, Lucille Ball, whoever you want to call it. Like Tashina Arnold's physical comedy is unmatched.
Yes.
And Cedric's like comedic mind, like he is so intricate and so delicate with like how he gets in the jokes and different things like that. So just learning from them has been a blessing and like a huge honor. And when I first started, I was like super nervous. I was like really like, I didn't want to mess anything up. I was like, I don't want to get in the way of this good thing. So let me just try to like be on my P's and Q's. But now after all these years and having said as a mentor and Tashina as somewhat of an acting coach in a way, because Tashina she'll just be like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You got to go over here. Like, walk over there. And then you're so funny. Like, she does that.
And she loud like that, too.
Yeah, it's loud. There's no toning that down. Like, it just is. But just having access to that knowledge has been really fun and good.
All right, Marcel, give him a hand. Mother's Day is this weekend. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I hear that you're quite the mama's boy.
I am a mama's boy.
So you got any fun plans for your mom? Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's my mommy.
That's your mama.
That's my mommy.
You have any fun plans for her?
I'm not there.
Okay.
I always send my mom flowers. I send my mom flowers every year, and I always tell her, like, I always ask her, like, what's on your list? Now that I'm in a position to, like, do things and, like, show her how much I appreciate her for just, like, sacrificing so much. And, like, she raised 5 kids, man. She did her thing. And, like, my parents are great, and I really appreciate everything that they've done. But my mom is, like, that's like, my heart. So I'll ask her, like, what do you want? Like, send me a list, and she'll be like, I want this from Amazon. I want this. Or this year, I want to do this thing, or whatever the case may be.
Has she seen you on the show, your Broadway show?
No, she didn't see it on Broadway.
Oh,
she didn't see it on Broadway. She came to the production at the Public.
Okay.
And she's coming to Broadway next month.
Next month to see you.
And so her Mother's Day present is because it's my first time on Broadway.
Right.
I'm going to the Tonys like I've never been. She's gonna be my date.
She's gonna be your date at the Tonys.
And she doesn't know that.
Yes.
So surprise.
Yeah, do. Tell her not to watch this.
Surprise.
Like, turn the TV off when she goes.
Surprise.
One thing you know you could get your mother for a Mother's Day present, if you just write her a beautiful letter of how much she means to you. Every mother loves to get a letter from their son.
Yeah.
So that's something, because I keep asking Jeffrey to do it. He ain't done it yet, so I'm putting it on you. But Marcel, I want to thank you for being here. I wish you all the best. Phenomenal play. For more info and tickets to Fat Ham, go to sherryshowtv.com.